Since Black Sabbath, the sound of evil has become a defining element of heavy metal. But what makes metal sound evil?
The blues scale has the flat fifth, the tritone. That's the devil's note. Like in the old days, you weren't allowed to use that note. But Black Sabbath, their title song, you know, Black Sabbath is totally working the diminished fifth, the tritone.
You know, in the Middle Ages, the tritone was identified as the music of the devil because it apparently was the sound one used to call up the beast. There's something very sexual about the sound of the tritone. I think that in the Middle Ages, people who were ignorant and scared, when they heard something like that and felt that reaction inside their body, went, oh, here comes the devil.
There's an ongoing battle in heavy metal to be more evil than the band that came before you. This has kept me into metal all these years. But there's more to this music than just sounding evil.
If you don't have an electric guitar with really good amps and really good distortion, you don't have the core of metal. You also need to have a really strong bass sound in it. Bass with the bass guitarist and bass with the bass drums.
And then usually a vocalist who soared over top of all of that stuff with usually a fairly high voice.
They can't be soft, cute, sly. They have to be leather-lunged in one way or another.
White man came across the sea, he brought us pain and misery. He killed our tribes, he killed our creed, he took our game for his own need. We made him hurt, we caught him well, around the place you sing it. White man came to watch the creed, oh will we ever be set free? Hey!
Back when I was a kid practicing air guitar leaps off my front porch, my band of choice was Iron Maiden. I memorized every note, every riff, and every solo. Maiden was part of the new wave of British heavy metal, a movement that built on the foundation laid by early metal bands. They honed a sound that was faster, heavier, and more melodic than their predecessors. Well, now I'm on my way to interview Maiden's legendary singer, Bruce Dickinson. And if the 12-year-old Sam knew about this, he'd be freaking out. But I gotta keep it together, even though I'm interviewing him on the stage of London's famous venue, the Hammersmith Odeon.
I better start talking then. My intention as a front man is to try and find the guy who's right at the back of the 30,000 festival and sort of go, yeah, you. Yeah, you. And the guy goes, hey, like that. And you can do that. You can actually do that.
With heavy metal, it doesn't even matter. The microphone's there, but you still got to sound like you're projecting to the back of the hall. Like there's a tremendous effort involved. And so you get the return in, I think, particularly people like Bruce Dickinson of Iron Maiden or Rob Halford of Judas Priest, of this very operatic style of vocal production that was developed in the 19th century before amplification in order to reach the back of the hall.
You're warming up the whole crowd. And on a good night when it all works, it shrinks whatever arena you're in, and it should, by the end of the, me in particular, because I'm the guy usually yelling at everybody and running around, it should feel like you've shrunk the place to the size of your thumb, where you can go, yeah, all together.
Good night!
Dickinson's operatic vocal style has had an enormous impact on heavy metal music. And although people don't associate metal with virtuosic styles of music like classical or opera, it's these influences that make metal unique.